Hello everyone and welcome to Fight Club, or should I say, let's get ready to rumble! Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Martin Liss. I'm 53 years old and this is the first time in my life I've been doing this and I love it. Welcome to Fight Club, the 12 rounds of things that radio managers can learn from boxing managers. And actually, as a treat, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 6-time world champion with us in the room today. So if you stay until the end, not only will you get to meet and see her, you'll also have the chance to win a pair of boxing gloves signed by herself. But now, without further ado, let's turn to Jule Schutz. Jule is the general manager and program director of Antenne NRW, which is a big new radio station in Germany's largest federal state, catering for about 18 million people. She's been starting this from day one, and they're at it only a year, but Jule is a very experienced program director and manager of radio stations, big and small. And she leads a double life, because in her other life, she's a boxing promoter promoting professional female boxers. So there you go. I've known Jule for quite some time, and I thought maybe it's fun, because this is what it's all about, to bring the two worlds together. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Jule Schutz.
Welcome. It's so exciting and I appreciate this chance to share my insights of boxing with you. And this is not a comfort zone, right? You're always in a mood and you're always in move and walk and go back and go forward. And this is the same in our business. And already Martin told you about my life in our radio business, and my second life is being a boxing promoter. And the secret is, and this is the best happened in my life, it all started with a radio promotion. I participated in a celebrity boxing at a local radio station. And there was a consultant who said, "Julia, you are a PD. You can't do that. Don't do that. You will blame yourself." No, I didn't. I won. And I tell you how I did that and what we can learn from boxing. And the most important, if you want to win a game, is have the best coaches. And I trained with a champion, with a world champion, and her name is Nikki. And you will meet her. And this is Nikki, and she prepared me. And after I won this fight, yes, my fight record is 1-0-0, I'm unbeaten. 1 fight, 1 win, and no further opponent. And then I became her public relation manager. And I got in the business, and I really fell in love in this business. And then I became her promoter. And we traveled around the world, from Germany to Russia, from Russia to America, fighting the biggest fights you can imagine. And finally, and this is the very, very first moment, I'm saying it loud and proud, I became her wife. So this radio promotion, it's not just a legend that radio promotions can change your life. It changed my life. So I know what I'm talking about when speaking about radio and speaking about boxing. And so let the fight begin. It's always all or nothing. Always. Boxing taught me how important it is to take calculated risks. It is a risk when you decide to fight. Yes, it's true. You might come out in a worse situation than you started. You can beat up. You can get beat up from your own stuff, from your shareholders, even from your ratings. And that hurts. I know. This is possible. You can get beat up. We are all walking the tightrope between success and failure. It's a small tightrope between success and failure. And it's always all or nothing. And the bigger the payoff, the more time you need to invest to be successful. I'm working my ass off that Antenne NRW would be successful one day. And we made it from a startup to a relevant player in NRW in less than a year. And anything good comes from countless hours of hard work. Round 2, punching power. What an important skill. Antenne NRW made it from a startup to a really important player in NRW because we had an impactful market entry, which involved really high investments in technique, in marketing, in people and culture, and it's more, really, believe me, more than $1 million investment. My shareholders took a calculated risk with me, with Antenne NRW, but they believe if we have the power and real punching power, we are able to do this. And second advice, focus on the power of your group. The Antenne Bayern group and Antenne NRW belongs, we are one family, it belongs to the Antenne Bayern group, is a remarkable house of brands. And this network, this group, helps you each other to grow. And this is really important. Showtime. May I introduce Diana from a German championship in the 80s. And boxing is a show business for a reason. Same in our business. It's a show what you know business. But it's also a hurt business. Every fighter knows that he or she has the obligation to give the best show possible. There are different types of boxing. You have Olympic boxing and you have professional boxing. And in professional boxing, it's all about the show. And the show starts long before the fight. It starts with a challenge. You think you can better than me? Say it loud. It starts with a challenge. And it's the way in. I'm very glad that today we're doing no way in, but it's the way in is a big show too. And then please imagine the walk-in. It's all about the music. Have you seen the big fight in Wimbledon Stadium when Fury entered in Great Britain the stadium with over 90,000 fans with all the fire and the music, and this is just an amazing show. And then the fight began. And the show doesn't end after the fight. It's even the walk-off. Nobody wants to see an unfair loser or a winner who thought he could win everything. No fans, no fun. Have you watched your favorite club during pandemic? Empty stadiums. Researchers showed professional sport and empty stadiums had a hugely negative effect on the success of the home teams. Well, be honest, we didn't need a research for that. You only can go beyond your limits when you know what you are fighting for, because of the fans, the contact. This is the magic. And this is what boxing taught me, and I know it from our business. Really appreciate every single touch point. On air, online, off air, this content it gives you a feeling what you are fighting for, and that these fans listen to you and they don't want to get bored. Because this is the way we sell tickets in boxing. If it's predictable or if it's boring, they won't buy tickets anymore. Same here. Stars and cash cows. In Germany, we are facing 2 challenges in boxing, and it's not Corona. In boxing, they have milked their cash cows for years, and they neglected their rising stars. And if this isn't bitter enough, the trainer have still their same methods. They didn't evolve. Am I still talking about boxing? A young generation of boxers are no longer internationally competitive for years, and this breaks my heart. So what boxing taught me is talent development. I know it's expensive, and I know as a MD and as a PD, I remind myself every day to take time and to invest in my stars and my rising stars. And Antenne NRW itself is a rising star. I hope so. I never want to get a poor dog. That's all the work. Daily battles. Every one of you and you and you have your daily battle in your business. I don't know what is your battle, but it's important to know how you handle with it. You can do it if you know what you are fighting for. The fact is, you can play golf. You can play basketball, but you can't play boxing. You can really get hurt and injured, and you need to learn how to deal with that. You need to train yourself to take a punch. And I took, as a boxer, as a PD, and as an MD, a lot of punches. And you need to deal with that. And how you're going to do it, you improve. And you only can improve if you're fighting better people. If you move forward. With higher stakes and with more to lose, when the risk gets higher, your senses are getting sharper. And then the more you fight better fighter, the better you get. Yes, it's true, you can lose. This is true, but there tends to be an improvement. That's the point. And the struggle in our Antenne NRW startup life are the daily battles. The vision and the reality, the turns and the twists, the ups and the downs. This is our daily battle. And that's okay. It's pain and passion. And this is the part of the magic in our business and in boxing. How to become a champion? Good question. It's easy. Do it. Do it. I know most people are afraid of losing, that they never try to win. They avoid situations where they possibly can lose. But that also means that they avoid situations where they possibly can win. And that's the point. And please, when you want to become a champion, do never be talked out of your dreams and goals. Never. Yes, becoming an MD of Antenne NRW, it's a DRB+. station, and they told me, "Are you sure? You are such a successful PD. Are you sure you want to do this?" Oh, yes. It was not the same consultant who said, "Please don't do boxing." It wasn't. But please, do not be talked out of your dreams. When Nikki said, "One day I will become a world champion," everybody laughed. No one believed. She did. And now she's a 6 times world champion. And she holds the VBC, the golden VBC world champion title. And before her, Laila Ali was holding this title, the daughter of Muhammad Ali. Use every opportunity for sparring and coaching. Practice and learn. You are never too old to learn. I am never too old to learn. I practice and learn every day. And this is important. And repeat it. And please, and this is very personal, not all champions wear gold medals or belts. A champion is also someone who, when every time they fail or get knocked down, breathe, get right up on your feet and go back to work. This is a champion too. And this feels so good, to get up and fight again until you are the champion. And now comes the hard part. Stay a champion. I'm sure a lot of people in the room are part of a company who already is a champion. And to stay a champion is really tough. People want to have a crack at beating you. Your opponents really get aggressive because they can. They can take risks to beat you. And I know someone wants to beat you, some wants you to fail, and some want you to hurt. But it's your choice how to deal with it. And be aware that if you are a champion, you are analyzed. Every move you do, every step you take, they are always watching you, waiting for their chance to become a champion. And one of the really strongest skills in boxing is defense. Block the champs, block the punches. You are not small if you have a good defense. And please, as I said, always keep evolving. And in 2017, I told you it's always important to fight the best, to get better, and to show the world that you are a champion. Sometimes, one day, the ratings or in boxing, doesn't matter, you lose. And when Nikki fought a 2-time Olympic medalist, Clarissa, and she lost the fight, and I asked her, "Are you okay?" And she said, "I feel relieved." After 6 years being on the top of the world, she was haunted. Every step. She was haunted all the time. There were so many challengers who said, "I'm better than you." And after 6 years, it was okay for her just to say, "Okay, that's it." And this gives her the chance to recover and get the other position, to take risks again, to be more aggressive, because you have nothing to lose. And this position is relieving, and this gives you a new kick and pushes you again. Proud but never satisfied, round number 9. I'm really proud we made it with Antenne NRW until here. We are six months on air, 202 days today. Long way, but every day holds a new challenge. And as soon Same in boxing. As soon as one goal is complete, champions move straight to the next one. Thank you for the belt, next. The greatest moments only last for a blink of an eye. And then you have the next challenge. Champions feel pride when they achieve their goals, but they never get complacent. And what helped me in my career was to have a purpose. Not only for your station, which is very important, but only for yourself. That you can handle that. Champions, round 10, either win or they learn. They face the possibility of losing, but of course they don't want to lose. No one of us wants to lose. You might not always win, but that is life and that is okay. And usually it's not the end of the world. And what boxing taught me is that even if you lose, you will have learned something and you will gain some new skill to be more resilient or capable. And champions never, and you know that in boxing, champions never quit. They can do mistakes and they can lose, but they do not quit. And it's the same in our business. We are human. CEOs, PDs, MDs, we are human. And sometimes we miscalculate or have bad decisions, but the most important is not to quit and to go on and to evolve together with a team. People you need in your corner. We built up Antenne NRW, and there are 3 people I really recommend building up a startup. First, you need a mentor. And I don't mean a consultant, I mean a mentor. Someone who's in the business and you can trust. When things get tough, and believe me, things are getting tough fast in a startup. And then it's good to have somebody you can speak to. Second, I can't appreciate enough the accountants of the Antenne Bayern Group. They really keep your financials under control. I'm so thankful for this. So the most important, you can focus on the punch of your power when you have really good accountants. And last, and I'm so thankful that we have a very good one, should be a lawyer when priority starts. These 3 people are important for your corner. Last one. And please, all the men in this session, don't take it too personal. It's sparring with men. What happens when women fight with men? Boxing is a man's world. And as I told you, it's really important that you practice and do a lot of sparring. And 95% of all training sessions, of all sparring from Nikki, were with men. And she told me a lot about that. And this is what happens. Step number 1. The man refuses to fight Nikki. I don't want to hit women. No, I can't. I could hurt you. Step 2, sparring starts. The man takes a left hook and smiles. Luck. Okay, doesn't matter. Step 3, the fight modus is on. And his facial expression changes. And maybe, ladies, you know what I'm talking about. When a facial expression changes in an argumental with men. And please now do not get discouraged. Because now, when he took another hook, it's all about his ego. And this is a very special moment. And now, never. You can lose the game, but don't quit now. In this moment, you need to play the game until the end. Don't give up. At least, finally, you win or you get the respect you deserve. Am I talking about boxing? I don't know. Maybe not, maybe. But this is what boxing taught me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jule. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Are there any questions in the room for Jule? We have time for a question or two, if there are any questions. Actually, my fight record is 0-0-0, just to have that on the book. No questions so far, so thank you again very much, Jule. And I would like to introduce you to our special guest now here, a lady that is a professional boxer and a 6-time world champion. Her achievements in boxing are absolutely astounding. In super middleweight, she dominated the world class over 6 years. Her boxing record as a professional boxer is 18 fights, 16 wins, 9 of them by knockout. She's a former WBC Gold, WBU, WBF, WIBA, WIBF, and GBU champion of the world, Niki Adler, ladies and gentlemen. I have asked Niki whether the accident was very spectacular, but it was her dog.
Übersetzt für dich.
Du kannst, genau mit dem. Ich habe nur erklärt, dass dein Hund schuld ist, dass du humpelst. So Niki, welcome, herzlich willkommen bei den Radio Days. Wie hast du dich fürs Boxen entschieden? Why did you go for boxing of all things?
Ich liebe die Herausforderung. Und im Boxen kannst du nie die Beste sein und du tust jeden Tag hart dafür arbeiten, dass du die Beste wirst und bleibst. Und das ist einfach der Reiz, was mir sehr viel gibt.
So she says she loves a challenge and you'll never be finished when you're boxing. So you have to work hard every day in order to stay on top. So that's what kept her going. Now boxing is something that usually hurts, right? When you're on the receiving end of it. So why does she go where it hurts? Why would anyone do that? It's against human nature. Warum machst du etwas, was weh tut? Das geht ja gegen die Natur. Das macht man ja normalerweise nicht. Der normale Instinkt ist wegzugehen von da, wo es weh tut. Warum gehst du dahin, wo es weh tut?
Das Boxen ist nicht nur, das weh tut, sondern Boxen gibt ja viel mehr. Es ist eine Taktik. Man geht auch Golf spielen, um den Ball in den Loch zu bekommen. Und so ist es das Boxen. Du lernst Menschen kennen, du versuchst in 10 Runden das Beste rauszuholen, dass du gewinnst. Also es ist mehr eine Taktik, außer Schlagen gehört dazu, aber es ist mehr eine Taktik.
So Niki says boxing is more than just beating or being beaten. It's also a tactic, and you learn a lot about human beings, and you learn about how they behave and how they move. A bit like radio, isn't it? You meet all sorts of quirky people in radio as well. So this is more the challenge than being hurt or hurting others. I'm going to ask her, she's a 6-time world champion, so what did her make go on? Like, isn't it enough after 2 or 3? So why don't you just stop? Warum machst du weiter, obwohl du so oft schon gewonnen hast? Hätte nicht 1 oder 2 oder 3 Titel auch gereicht?
Es ist einfach der Reiz. Also es geht nicht um Titel. Jeder Boxer, der die Titel gewinnt, du bekommst es, tust es auf Seite und du willst einfach weiter. Du willst einfach noch mehr erreichen.
You just want to achieve more, is what she says. If you have 5 titles, you want 6. You have 6, you want 7. You want 7, you want 10, whatever. So it's just, it never stops to push you further and further and further so you achieve more. So I'm going to ask whether she has any tips or ideas for radio managers or what she has learned from life, from boxing rather, that would she take into her personal life. Die letzte Frage muss natürlich sein, hast du Tipps für Manager aus deiner Boxerfahrung, wo du sagen würdest, also ich habe in meinem Leben vom Boxen das und das und das besonders gelernt und das tut auch Leuten gut, die Führungserfahrungen haben oder die Teams leiten?
Ich würde sagen, die sollen nie aufgeben. Auch wenn du ein Manager bist oder eine große Position bist, es hört nie auf. Die Kämpfe werden härter, aber das Wichtigste ist durchzuhalten.
So her one piece of advice is never stop. Don't get yourself beat up. Don't be frustrated. Stand up again. Try again another day and fight some more and just keep going, keep going, keep going. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ganz herzlichen Dank. Niki Adler, everyone. Kannst du die Boxhandschuhe unterschreiben? So, Niki's gonna sign the very new and unused boxing gloves. And someone can win them. Now, when we're asking ourselves, how can we make that you can win them? I thought, okay, who asks the best question wins them. That's stupid. That's a classic radio thing. We're not doing that. No, we're gonna go with pure luck. Everyone that wants to win these gloves, please stand up. Signed right now, right here on Radiodays Europe. You don't have to, but if you want to win them, you must stand up now. Okay? And I love this because this is luck only. I have a coin here, good German euro coin. There's the number 2 on the one side and there's an eagle on the other side. And I'm going to flip it. And whoever thinks the number 2 will come up, please raise your hand. Who thinks number 2 will come up? Please raise. You're going to have to raise your hand for 10, 15 seconds now. So keep your hand up, keep your hand up, keep your hand up. Keep your hand up if you think number 2 is coming. It's the eagle. So whoever had number 2, had your hand up, please sit down. The ones with the hand up, please sit down. You see how this goes? We're going to be quick. Okay, next one round. I'm going to flip it again. I'm going to flip it again. Who thinks the number 2 will come up? Please raise your hand. If you think number 2 has come up, please raise your hand. Number 2s, good and proud now. Number 2s, hands up. There you go. And it is the eagle. Everyone with the hand up, please sit down. That's drama right there, people. Not bad of a show for a Tuesday morning, I would say. Okay, third round. Third round now. Let's see who wins. Who thinks, if I flip it again, who thinks number 2 will come up? Please raise your hand. Who thinks number 2 will come up? Okay, I'm flipping it. And it is the eagle again. Everyone with a hand up. I'm sorry, I'm not putting this on. Everyone with a hand up, please sit down. So it's what, another 10 people? All right. And here's something new. If you think number 2 comes up, raise your hand. If you think number 2 comes up, please raise your hand. You have to stand, ma'am. If you already played, you can't join. If you think number 2 comes up, please raise your hand. Okay, 2 people. And it is number 2. Everybody who has not raised their hand can sit down. So it's you 2, all right? It's between you 2. You're in as well. So sorry, you're 3. Okay, so it's 3 people. So one more time. Who thinks number 2 comes up if I flip it again? You think number 2 comes up? You go with the eagle. Number 2 is up. I'm sorry, sir, it's between the 2 of you. Come here. Come to me. This is exciting. I should become a radio host. Come in, come in, come in. I love this. I should do this all day. All right. Niki Adler, everyone. What's your name, ma'am?
Evie,
Evie, where are you from?
Cyprus.
From Cyprus. I got engaged in Cyprus. Congratulations. Thank you very much. I'm still married to the same woman. Where are you from, sir?
I'm from Denmark.
You're from Denmark, not just around the corner. Yeah, that's better. Much better. Much better. So I'm going to ask the lady whether she picks the number or the eagle, right? So it's number 2 or the eagle. Which one? You take the eagle. So it's number 2 for you. Are you ready? Here you go. It is number 2. So congratulations. Please meet Nikki. And these are your gloves, signed right now by 6 times world champion. Congratulations. Thank you very much for the fun, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your radio days. Bye-bye.